Wow. Like, look at this. A rare scheduled stream on a Thursday night from Do It 3D from me. Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Do It 3D on this special Thursday evening stream. Wow. I see some people here and I'm like, I had to see, I got new glasses. I can see things clearly now. I got my new glasses. I picked them up last night. Oh, what a difference it makes. I can focus, but I think there's something wrong with them because I see Kieran Clark in the chat. Kieran, on one of my live streams. Whoa, hello and welcome, Kieran. Thank you for being here. I see Richard here and NH3D. Hello. And Andrew Humphrey. That intro is not really new, but I got to make a new intro because that intro has my old logo on it. So, but yes, I love that intro, but I do need a new one. Zixelter is here. Hayes Toonigan is here. Shot L3D. Snapshot FPV is here. And who else am I missing? Golden Jaguar, you are here. Hi. Hey, man. I caught your stream a bit at my office, came home, had some dinner, and then had to get ready for this stream. Well, thank you for being on this stream. Look at that. We're on each other's streams each day. That's kind of cool. New box. Yes. Okay. So, well, it's no secret to what this is because I did put it in the description. What we have here is the AMS. And this green label came on it, which is interesting because that's Bambu's colors. Colors. So, yes, we have the AMS that we're going to put on the, you can't really see it from here, but if I go like this, we're going to put it on this, on the P1P. Look, it's me over here, and it's me in there, and it's you guys kind of in there. That's pretty cool. Aha. We have the technology. We have the capability. We have 11 people on. That's awesome to see for a Thursday night, for a last-minute stream. There's a lot of twitching happening on this Thursday. There's a lot of YouTubing happening, but I appreciate you guys being here for this stream. So let's get right to it. Let's open this box, see what this AMS is all about. And as my description said, we're going to take our P1P to a whole new level by adding the AMS. Jeff Thorson, hello, welcome. Okay, so let me grab a drink of water. Oh, I love these new glasses. I can read. I don't have to squint for chat. And I'm more awake. It's the first full day wearing these, and I am more awake at the end of the day than I usually am, because I think what's been happening is my eyes have been straining to read my computer at work. They're straining to drive, and it is just exhausting. But this feels so much better. So much better. Maria says that my eyes are even open wider and that I'm brighter eyed. So, man, what a difference that makes. Anyways, I've been wearing the wrong prescription glasses for a year, and that's not been a good thing. So, here we go. At least I can see what I'm cutting now. So let's cut the box open. You cut back on the caffeine to fix your twitching. Ooh, good one, Kieran. Good one. Okay, let's do an overhead here. We'll pop this box open. It has not been opened. The only thing I've done is cut my personal information off the front of the box. Let's go ahead and open this side and across the top. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got inside this. What if I do this? Does this do anything? No, it doesn't really do anything, does it? No. Okay. Fair enough. And we have what looks like an AMS. Look at that. Cool. Woohoo. So we have a box inside the box. This is going to be some stuff. We'll look at this in a minute. We've got some packaging here. Not very heavy at all. Let's just get this. Oops. Let's tilt this up this way. And let's see if I can't just pull this out of the box like in a bear hug fashion. There we go. Oh, we've got another little bag on the side here. Little bag of, looks like some Bowden tubing and some couplers, or a coupler. And pull this out. Let's lose the box. And here we go. There's what we got. You need the P1P and AMS set up in your life. Woo-hoo. Well, I'll tell you something. Hey, Projects in Dad's Garage. Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay, let's pull the, let's stand it up, take one end off. Put that back there. And we'll turn it around gently. Take the other end off. Pretty cool. One thing I'll say about Bambu shipping is they package their products extremely well. So never any fear of being damaged in shipping. And if it is damaged in shipping, then the courier has thrown it around something awful. Okay. So here's what we got. We have this guy with some nice little colorful stuff on the front. Here, let me give you guys a side camera view here. This might be a little better view here of it. There we go. So we have the box here. And this looks like it is some sort of a cable. I'm assuming that's probably going to be a data or a power cable for the AMS. And we have another cable, which I'm assuming is going to be a data or a power cable for the AMS. Yes, I'm repeating myself. And we have a, don't know what that is, but that's a switchy doomer hinker thing with some electronics in it. So it's, I think the technical name is switcher doomer hickey thing. So that's I'm sticking with that. Then we have, oh, I know what these are. These are screws, pre-Loctited. And we have one more piece in here. And this looks like it is a, oh, it's a secret. Last thing that came in a thing like this from Bambu is blades, but this looks like it is a, oh, they're blades. So it looks like these are probably spare. These are little razory things. So these are probably spare filament cutting tools, I would assume. So we'll just kind of wrap that up and leave it in there. Filament buffer. Oh, come on, Kieran. I like my name better. Electronic thingamadig pushy thing. But if Kieran wants to call it a filament buffer, then, you know, who am I to argue? Who am I to argue with a man from down under? Okay, so we have that. Toss that box aside, and then here we have in here probably some paperwork, in a broken bag. Whew. Love it when static takes over. Come on. Am I that weak I cannot open a Ziploc bag? Holy crap. There we go. We have some PTFE tubing with a coupler on the end here. And we have what looks to be some official instructions. Quick start guide, disclaimer and safety guidelines, warranty leaflet. We'll read that later. Disclaimer and safety guidelines. Who follows safety guidelines these days, right? Right? Who does? Okay. That is unboxed. Let's remove some tape. There's another piece of Bowden tuber thing going in the back. Oh, isn't that a satisfying sound? And we got some more of this on the front. So let's get this off. Hang on, we got to show this because this is important. Ready? Ooh, look at that. Oh, it even smells like it. Switch wire stuff started showing up today. Cool. Awesome. Hey, Miles Clayton, how's it going with you? Going good. Okay. Now, this one, I think I can take these side pieces off. Whoa, come on. Come on. I just finished a customer job this week that this would have come in really handy for. I assume that lifts up eventually, but I'm not going to test fate and break something already. I don't want to break it before I even use it. So there we go. So let's have a look at the quick start manual, shall we? Because I have not read about this. I know there's 150,000 videos out there of people who've put this on their systems and on their X1s, etc. Why would you watch me do it? Because I'm Tim and I'm DeWitt and stuff happens. But I've not watched a video of somebody putting an AMS on a P1P, so it's kind of new to me. Okay, so we have a 6-pin interface on the back. We have a filament outlet on the back. Let's see what else. We have a filament inlet somewhere here. And we have a desiccant. I don't know why I can't say the word desiccant. But anyway, I try. So we have a accessory specification. Oh, do we get some reusable spools in here? Let's see. How do I open this, actually? How do I, does this like just lift up? I don't want to, this doesn't lift up too easy. I don't want to actually, is there buttons here to turn? Oh, I see. That locks it. That unlocks it. So this should just lift up. There we go. Oh, it does just lifts up like that. Oh, and very cool. I did not know this. So it looks like it includes 4 of their reusable spool holders. Look at that. I did not realize that they came with the reusable spool holder. So this one looks like it's just sort of a gray one. This is temperature resistant to 90 degrees Celsius. So there's let me just throw some garbage over here on the floor. That's that one. And then there's a clear one. Oh, it looks like a grayish type. Oh, and 3 clear ones. Oh, well, that is a bonus because they sell these things for like 20 bucks a piece. So there's that. Yeah, so there's like a gray colored one and 3 clear ones. I've been running the P1P miles for a week or so, or a week or two now, and I love it. I've got nothing but incredibly beautiful prints off of this thing. So I'm very happy with it. So there we go. We get 3 clear spool holders for their reusable filament. And I've got to order some of their filament because their filament's a really good price. And I was really happy with the white that they sent with the printer while it lasted until my roll fell off. It's interesting, though, that one of these spools is not like the others. This one says temperature resistance to 70 degrees Celsius. This one's to 90 degrees Celsius. So that's interesting that this one's a little different. I suppose you could just say, okay, well, I'm going to put my dissolvable filament or my dissolvable PVA on here, and you'd be able to distinguish. So anyways, there we go. So 4 different spool holders. That is so cool. Why the P1P and not the Carbon 1X? Budget right now, Sansa. But the Carbon X1 is not out of the question for the future for the business. The P1P and the other reason too is are these dirty there? Dirty already. My brand new glasses are dirty. The other reason too is I have enclosed printers. I've got the Voron enclosed. I've got the FlashForge enclosed. I'm going to have a Trident 250 enclosed, so I can print these high temperature filaments. So I really didn't see the need at this moment for a fully enclosed printer, even with the Bambu. Plus, again, you could buy 3 P1Ps for the price of the X1 Carbon. So I wanted to try the P1P to get a taste of Bambu. And now that I've got a taste of the Kool-Aid, hey, an X1 Carbon could be in the cards. So temp preferences for filament drying. Oh, okay. So basically they're saying don't dry this one don't use this one any hotter than 70 degrees. And this one is basically you can go up to 90 degrees to dry your filament. Okay, good to know. That's awesome. Awesome projects in Dad's Garage. Thanks for that. And Kieran says, I suspect to identify if you're using a filament dryer with different. Oh yeah. Okay. So you guys are all on board, and it just took me a little while to figure that out. So yeah, you got stuff to print. Anyway, so okay, well let's move on with this. This is pretty cool. This is also fancy and schmancy inside. I know they had some issues with some parts in here. I know they had some issues with some of the parts in here that were cracking or something, but I think that they've upgraded those parts here, these plastic parts, etc. I don't know if I got an upgraded version. I don't know much about anything. So it looks like under here they have desiccant packs. Is there an actual desiccant pack in here? Remove the plastic bag of desiccant before use. Okay, and so they're saying it's just little stickers that says to remove the desiccant before use. So you don't leave the desiccant in here to use it. Interesting. So that'll just close down and boom. Okay, kind of suctions down. Okay, well let's go ahead and move on and continue with the instructions here. Let's go ahead and see what they want us to do next. So that is so cool. The reusable spools, I didn't expect that at all. So very cool. Okay, and then spare filament cutter. That's what those 2 little blade things were spare filament cutters. We have a PTFE tube connector, which was this piece right here. And then we have this particular wire here is bus cable 4-pin. And this is a bus cable 6-pin and a bus cable 4-pin. And oh yeah, Kieran, you're right. That's a filament buffer. Yeah, I know. I knew you were right. I did not doubt you at all. Oh, they are sealed in a plastic bag. Open lid. Remove the desiccant pouch from the bag and reinsert. Well, they don't tell me that yet, but I bet that's on this page. I'll bet that's what they're telling me right there, and I just had to read. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what they're telling me. Take them out, remove the desiccant packs, and put them back in. Look at that. Kieran, are you reading this 1 page ahead of me? Come on, are you? Okay, so let's do what they say. Let's take these out. So we got some little red tabs here. Here, let me get you guys a closer look over here. Let's see if this camera will give you a closer look inside here. If I can bend that down, there we go. Okay, there we go. So we are just pulling these little red tapes off. I like to accommodate the view that I'm seeing anytime I can. You guys don't need to see my face. You just need to see what I'm doing. Come on. Okay, one thing I don't have very much of right now is fingernails. Maybe, Tim. Okay, so then these things look like they're just going to pop open like that. Little spring loaded here and pop open like that. And then look at that in a plastic bag. Look at that. Just like Kieran said. So we'll pop that open. And we'll put the desiccant case, the bag. Oh, we don't need to even fold it open, and we'll put it back in. We'll pop the lid back on. And you can re-dry these things with a food dehydrator or other means of drying desiccant packs. You see a Prisa. You see a Prisa. Oh, right here, you see a Prusa. Right there. That's getting ready to go to a different location. I haven't sold it yet. It's going to go down to my office. It's still a good printer. I just don't use it that often anymore. It's sort of like one of my first ever printers. It was my first ever build, if you want to call that a build. There we go. Okay, so we got the desiccant packs out of their plastic bag. Now they want us to. This is the little camera you're seeing the view of here from, by the way. Great little camera. Place at least one spool of bamboo filament into the AMS. I don't have bamboo filament. Okay, place at least one spool of bamboo. Turn on the power to start the printer in the AMS. Okay, well, I haven't even hooked up the AMS yet. They haven't even told me how to hook it up or how to mount it. Like, are you serious? This just says quick start guide. Please review the entire guide before operating the AMS. So I'm assuming I'm going to have to go online and figure out how to hook this thing. There's no entire guide. So I guess I should have done that before I started, was look and say, hey, is there an actual guide? I assumed this would come. I'm sure they're going to tell me there's a website here to go to. Or on your way to work, just drop it by your house. Sure. I'll just throw it out the window. Okay, so let's find somewhere. I'm assuming I'm going to have to go online. So let me look on this screen over here, and let me see if there's instructions. I just assumed there was going to be instructions or something in here to tell me how to hook it up, because I'm sure I just don't stick it on top. I'm sure I have to do something with the cables up here and stuff. So, because obviously at the top of this, if it's going to sit on top of this, these have to be rerouted or something. So we will, unless it doesn't sit on top of the printer, I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. Am I not in a basement? Would be a little tricky. Small print says only compatible with carbon. Hey, Sansa, that's funny. Okay, let's look this up. Let's look up Bambu Lab AMS. Look up instructions for P1P. That's my Google search. Connect AMS to P1P Bambu Lab Wiki. There we go. Okay. Okay. Apparently, I got to sit down for this. Because apparently, I didn't do my homework in advance. But that's okay. That just means this might be a two-part video series. Because apparently, printable AMS holder for P1P. Apparently, I have to print a holder. but I can probably get away without printing the holder to begin with. Let's see, after connecting AMS to P1P, controlling and operating the AMS on Bambu Studio and Bambu Handy is essentially the same as on the X1. I haven't done it on the X1, so I don't know if it's the same as on the X1. I'm just going to take their word for it that it's the same on the X1. You know? Okay. This article simply covers the instructions for connecting the AMS to P1P for AMS control and operation. Please see the wiki videos and the text tutorials of the X1 series listed below. So printable AMS holder for P1P. Let's go ahead and look at that and see what that is. Okay. Okay. How to install P1P upgrades. That's not what I asked for. AMS holder. Right here. Okay, so there is actually parts you can print. Recommended filament, PLA, that's fair enough. Let's just download that file since we're here. Now, but I think I can hook it up and run. Can I hook it up and run it without putting it on top right now until I print those holders? Of course, I can print the holders on the Bambu. Couple 2x4s. Just hook it up to your fastest printer, 0.6 nozzle, and crank it out. You know, a smart guy would have done a little bit of reading in advance. But this is so you guys all know when you get your AMS and when you get your P1P, you've got to print the part so the AMS can sit on top of your P1P, so you don't have to disassemble anything for it to actually work. But I'm going to assume that it can just be hooked up and at least tested with that, or I could print the parts. We could just print the parts, have a little chat together while the parts print. You can see how fast this thing is going to print the parts. Beside it and try it out by running the AMS multicolor mount. Multicolor mount. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, well, let's go on and see. So there's going to be a way. So if I go back, or did that open a new window? No, it didn't. I don't like when it doesn't open a new window. I'm going to duplicate that tab so that I have two of these windows open. So connect AMS to X1, X1C. So the connection, so it's basically the same way to connect. Or is it? See, I really wish they would put P1P specific instructions, not just say, oh, it's very similar to the X1. After connecting the AMS to the P1P. Okay, but where is the instructions for connecting the AMS to the P1P? Okay, I'm not going, Let's see if I switch to this guy and then go like this. So let's just have a look. Maybe it's obvious because look, let's face it, there's not enough room on this table for both of these things. So let's move this over. Just over here for now. It's very lightweight when there's nothing in it, the AMS. Let's come around. Let's turn this around. Let's go ahead and cut this filament off. Yeah, I've got the filament buffer. It comes with a filament buffer. So it comes with it. It just doesn't come, if you put another AMS on, you need another, or I guess a different buffer or something for a second AMS. Okay, so let's have a look. So the buffer is going to obviously go here. This looks like the shape of the filament buffer right there. So the filament buffer is going to attach here somehow. Probably not somehow, probably with the screws that came with it. So that's going to go on here. We can go ahead and actually back this guy up a little bit. Whoa, there we go. There we go. So as I say, the little cutout shape right here, that's obviously where the filament buffer is going to go, right there. Are you going to print the custom panel and make it personal? I am Golden Jaguar. I'm going to do the side panels. I wanted to wait till I got the AMS to do the side panels because I want to do them 2 color, 2 or 3 color, because I want to do my DeWitt logo on the side panels and customize them to myself. I want to make them black and red and possibly some white. So when you drink tea, later you P1P. Oh man, that's actually kind of funny, and you're a poet and you didn't know it. Okay, so now there's a 4-port plug right here. Okay, so we have a 4-pin plug here, and we happen to have a 4-pin plug here, so that's going to match that. Now there's somewhere back here. Anyways, so I'm just going to look here, and there's really nothing. I just feel like I'm kind of lost after connecting the AMS to the P1P. Where are the instructions to connect? Let me look that up. Let me Google that. Connect AMS to P1P. They must have separate instructions for that. How to connect the AMS to P1P. And then it goes in and it says, after connecting the AMS to the P1P. Oh, maybe, right here. If I just scroll down a little bit more. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we need to connect the PTFE tube, 6-pin bus cable and 4-pin bus cable. Okay. So let's zoom in on this picture if I can. Okay, AMS buffer. So let's go ahead and get these screws out. I just have to learn to switch pages and read stuff instead of just sitting here like an idiot going, I wonder how to connect this. Custom pixel panels do look cool. Okay, so these screws, I'm going to assume they give you a spare, but I'll just use 2 of them. So these guys are going to go through here. Yep, okay, and let me grab my hex wrench. I think we're this size. No, I'm always guessing wrong. No, okay, so I think we are one size smaller. Here we are. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on the buffer. Okay. See, to me, when I'm writing instructions, I would tell you how to put it on and then say, okay, after you've put it on. But that's just, okay, let's get this lined up. There it is. Okay, buffer's in place. Okay, now let's see what the instructions say now. AMS buffer. So that plugs in from the AMS into this end of the buffer here. So the AMS plugs into this end of the buffer up here. There's a 6-pin port there. So let's grab the 6-pin plug. And it looks like it goes one end in here. Oh, good luck getting that out. The pin's in behind it. Now there's going to be, if I look around, so that 6-pin port goes there. The 4-pin goes under here. Let's look under here a little. So the 4-pin one goes under here like that, and then into here. This is obvious. Like that. So that's where that one goes. Instructions, distractions. Yeah, exactly. No level needed. No level. Okay, so we got that. Now, where the 6-pin one plugs in is a mystery because I don't see any 6-pin plugs in back here. But I'm gonna keep looking because I could just look at the instructions, but that'd be too easy. I'm looking to see if I can find a 6-pin port to plug that into. So let's look at the instructions and see if it shows where that goes to. As pictured, connect the 6-pin connect the PTFE tube, 6-pin bus cable, and 4-pin bus cable. Well, the 4-pin bus cable is easy, goes from here over to here. The 6-pin shows it plugging in here. Where the heck it's going to? But it's going to be obvious because here, let me turn this way where I can actually. There we go. Okay, so it's not. Let me see if there's a further picture. There's no further picture. Okay. So 6-pin bus cable. It goes into the duh. Okay, let's put this. The 6-pin cable goes into the AMS. Oh, stop it, all you guys. I will kick myself. Sometimes you just like, yeah, I know. I tend to hyper focus on things sometimes, and I don't realize that. Well, duh, something's got to plug into the AMS. Okay, so you know, sometimes the obvious doesn't come to me really quick. If you know me, Richard knows me, and sometimes the obvious does not come to me super quick, like which camera I'm on. Anyways, that's okay. Okay, so now there's two port. Now here, you smart asses, there's two 6-pin ports on the back of this. Which one do I plug it into? It probably doesn't matter. Probably plug it into any one of them. I'll plug it into the first one I saw, right there. Okay, we'll plug that in there. Let's see, I'm running out of room here. That's okay. That's all right, though. No problem. Am I a fan of Star Trek? I am a fan of Star Trek. Yes, I am for sure. Then we will plug this into the buffer. Right there, like that. Oh, there we go. We plugged it into the buffer. We got the 6-pin plug-in. Oh, look at that. Okay. Now let's how can we do this? Okay, now. Oh, looks, we got lights coming on the AMS. Ooh, we got pretty. Oh, look, if I open it up, look overhead. Look at the pretty lights flashing. Boop, 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 boop. Squirrel. Awesome. So we got flashing lights. That's a sign that we're getting power to the AMS. Now, if the AMS icon displays on the printer screen, the connection has been established. Well, if I could see my printer screen, because I turned everything around here, a 2x4 idea might not be so bad. For now, I'm just going to put this up, just kind of like that, so I can turn this around and have a look at the screen, just for now. So yeah, this looks kind of funky right now, just being mounted up like this, but I just want to have a look at the screen. New firmware is available. Do you want to update it now? Yeah, let's update the firmware. These guys have put out, this will be the third firmware update that I've done on this since I've had it, fixing different things. The second firmware update fixed the ability for me to see my camera on the screen. And it also, I forget what else it fixed. Oh no, in case, yeah, I'll be quite aware of that, Kieran. Thank you. That's the first thing I thought of when I stuck it up there. In the scene, when Scotty steps on the elevator and the computer asks, "La level is malfunctioning," Scotty says, "Up your shaft." I love that show. Where did you get the cutting mat on my table? Where did I get the cutting mat on my table? I will show you where I got the cutting mat on my table, and I'm going to let you see if you can guess. Come on. Hang on. There we go. Look, you can even take a picture or a screenshot or write that code down. H8178 from Uline. And back to our regular, back to our regular show. Yeah, from Uline. I don't even remember what it costs. I've had this for a long time. Okay, there we go. Okay, firmware was successfully updated. Confirm. Okay, so let's go ahead and look over. Do I have a camera? I can probably show you guys what's on the screen here too. For those of you that haven't seen this beautiful high resolution P1P screen, you know, I joke about it, but a lot of people have been, helps if I kind of really do focus for you, right? A lot of people have been bitching and complaining about this little display. But the same people don't seem to bitch and complain about the little display that's on the hang on a minute. I'm just having a brain fart and I'm trying to focus here. There we go. On the Prusa on the Prusa Mark III has not much of a better display. This is, yeah, there's a bit of lag to it, yeah, but you know, you're not, anyways, once you get used to using this display, it's perfectly fine. Anyway, so let's go ahead and see if it detects. And so you can see right there that it has detected that the AMS is attached. So, which is a good sign. The search for Spock. Dun, da, da, da. Da, 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 da. I forget what episode it was, but there was an episode where, I don't even remember which movie, where Scotty says something about, "I know this ship like the back of my hand," and he runs into a bulkhead or something. It's kind of funny. Okay, so go back here. So the AMS icon did display on the printer. If the connection is successful, you can also look for the AMS firmware version and serial number in the system setting directory. So in the system setting directory, this should be over here. And then we have Bambu Lab P1P firmware. There we go. AMS firmware is there as well, listed there as well. So we have the AMS firmware number. Okay, so that is there. And that's it. So now what they're saying is that after connecting the AMS to the P1P, controlling and operating the AMS on Bambu Studio and Bambu Handy is essentially the same as on the X1. This article simply covers the instructions for connecting the AMS to P1P. For AMS control operation, please see the wiki videos and text tutorials for the X1 listed below. Okay. So we can go to the AMS setup and video and filament loading and so forth and so on. But I think what I need to do first is I need to figure out on the back, somewhere here, I've got to figure out where. So obviously, I don't know if this is in play. There's going to be something that comes from the this thing up into this thing, the Excelsior. There we go. If my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a wagon. Test with filament with plastic spool, not cardboard. Yes, I will definitely do some plastic spool, but I want to see Connect the PTFE tube from the AMS to the filament buffer behind the printer. Okay, we don't have a filament buffer behind the printer, but I believe, now that's what that other piece, somebody gave me a link. And let me see if I can find that link. This, somebody gave me a link to this. Let's bring this tab over here. And I think this is something that you can print. I believe this is something that you can print to go from the P1, from the AMS directly in, or you can actually switch it out and go from a spool, a single spool, outside of the AMS. And this is the part to print in order to accomplish that. And that would just sit on the back of your printer like this. So you have one coming from the AMS and one coming from your spool holder. That's what I think this is for. But in the meantime, and in between time, it looks like we have to go, yeah, so we have a PTFE that runs directly from here up, and then into the hot end. So what we need to do is, now they must have given me, see, this isn't, oh, this is like an extender. Okay, so this is going to go boom. So what I need to do first is I need to actually remove my filament that I had in there. So let's go ahead and take that filament out. So before I do that, I've got to make sure I get this off. So that's going to sit yay high once I print those parts for it. So we're going to sit this off to the side right now. And this is really kind of tricky to do right there. Let's move this over with a lazy Susan because I don't want to turn this and knock that AMS off the bench. So let's go ahead and unload my filament so I can actually load some filament. So we'll come down here. We will oh no, yeah, these buttons are, you got to get used to these buttons, but that's okay. And unload and not support AMS unload. Yeah, but I don't want to unload the AMS. I want to unload. So now I'm getting an error message that says not support AMS unload. I want to unload what's in here. Maybe I have to unplug the AMS in order to unload what's here first, then put the AMS on. And so let's do that. Let's unplug the AMS. There we go. So AMS is no longer in the picture. And if I go back and then I go unload again and unload, there we go. Now we're going to be able to unload the filament. And then we will take advantage of all these little spare pieces of whatever they're for. We'll figure it out. It's fun. Here, let's just do this. Okay, so I'm going to just switch over while we're waiting for this to heat up and unload. I gotta print a poop shoot for this thing too now that I'm going to be doing multicolor. Connect the PTFE, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we've connected that. This is going from there into the, yeah, okay. Connect one of the end 6-pin cables, yes. This is all the X1. There we go. Push the AMS feed tab towards the spool and insert the filament. Okay. So we're gonna end, once this is all done and we get this hooked up, we'll follow these instructions for inserting a filament from the AMS. I just want to, first thing I want to do is actually just print, get filament to feed and print out of the AMS. There we go. And then we'll worry about multicolor prints. That might be another, thing. Now, did we unload? Or are we still heating? I think we're still heating up, or did it cut? I got to pull this a little bit forward. I got to kind of get over here at an awkward angle. And did we actually unload? We did. Okay, we unloaded the filament. So we got that done. Let's go ahead and here, let me just so we can actually, hang on a sec. Don't step on your wire. Fortunately, I have the ability back here, if it's going to be in focus, to put that camera back there. And if I switch, oh, it's a little out of focus. Here, let me focus that. Let me focus this in, out, so you can see what I'm doing back here. There we go. Okay. So now, I believe this is where this little guy is going to come in handy. I'm going to come back around here. I'm here. Step in front of the camera briefly. So, we need to go out of the buffer and into the actual printer. So we're going to, I think they give you all kinds of different sizes of hose here. I think all we need to do is sort of come from here. Does this go in? Does this actually, hang on a sec. Does it actually go straight into the, if so, I'll need a longer one. Huh. Let's just see what's going on here. Can we chat from here? Kind of. Hey, Projects in Dad's Garage, thank you. Thanks for popping in. You have a great evening. Evening, day, whatever time it is for you. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure, but does this just go in through that spring? How does this actually, or does this come in? Anyways, I'm going to go read some instructions. Because I'm not exactly sure how that's blurry. That's a little better. I'm not quite sure how that's going to go in there, but let's just go ahead and see if there's some instructions for that. Is yours a newer home? Those look like engineered beams above your head. Nah, probably 8 or 9 years old. Okay, so back up here, back up. There we go. So that does go straight in, straight through that spring. Okay, that's what I wanted to know right there, where that goes in through the spring. That little thing's to hold the wire up out of the way. So I've got to push that PTFE in through that spring, and I'm assuming it's going to sort of shove in there somewhere. Okay. That's what I wanted to find out. I didn't want to be shoving anything in a hole I shouldn't be. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. Look at all the poop down here. Holy crap. Printer, you've been pooping on my floor. I don't let my dog poop on the floor. Why should I let you poop on the floor? So if this comes in here and then this can come up. This might be too long. These ones might be too short. Yeah. So this guy, let's just first of all figure out how to get this fed in here. In here. There we go. That feels right. So that's in there. This can come up, and then this can feed. I think. Let's see. Is this just a short piece? There we are. So we can take that off. Take this off, and then this piece can feed into there. So there, we can do that path right there. Straight through. I'm hoping that's going to be okay. And then while we're back here, we can clip this wire up into the clip that it's meant to be clipped in. There we go. Okay, so Okay, well, that seems right. So we have this little spare piece here for whatever. I'll just kind of keep that on one of these PTFEs. And we will kind of just take all this stuff. Let's get back over here. Okay. There we go. Got them. So I think that's right. That looks about right in the back for the way that's supposed to work. Okay, now let's bring this camera back over and let's see what it's telling me about loading the filament in here. I may have to move this light over a bit here. Let's just do that. Let's loosen this up. I know my head's in the way. Move that light over. There we go. And tighten that light clamp. So I just basically move the clamp of that light so that I have room to actually open this. There we go. Okay, so now what it was saying, I'm just going to use a spool of Jesse PLA that I have here. And we will put it in. Does it matter which one? No, it doesn't matter which one. So let's just pick this one. Ooh, that's snug. Are these spools wider than your average spool? Or is that just, are these motor driven? Okay, let me try something different. Actually, let me put one of these in. Oh, that's much. Yeah, okay, so this Jesse spool. Oh, it's a fair bit wider. Okay. Well, let's get a different spool. Whoops. Get out of the way. Come on. Get. Oh, what the heck? Let's use some Prusament. Why yes, Babu, wider than the average spool. Yes. Here, let's use some Prusament. There we go. Prusament will fit. Do not tangle. But before we do that, we have to put the power plug back in the. I'm going to sneak in front of this camera and I'm going to bump it, no doubt. We're going to put the power plug back in the AMS because we unplugged it to unload the filament. There we go. And one of the first things I will print, of course, is that AMS holder or mount for the top of the P1P. There we go. Okay. So much work. Let's confirm. So we know Jesse PLA spools are too big. That's a shame. Let's go back and let's go back. And it does. It's detecting the AMS on the screen again, so we're good. Bambu boo that it won't take Jesse PLA. Well, Jesse PLA is going to have to start using smaller spools, or I don't know. Anyways, not a big deal. So now what we're saying to do, it should automatically detect that I'm going to load. So push the AMS feeder. So here we go. So we're going to push the AMS feeder tab towards the spool and insert the filament. Here's another view of the AMS feeder. So it's a little button direction we're pushing towards the filament. While there is some resistance when pushing the gray tab, you can do it safely as it is designed to withstand the push force during loading. Okay. And so let's go ahead. I have Bambu. Try a roll of Matter 3D. Okay, let's have a look and see. It's a play on the printer brand. Oh, I see what you're saying. So there, we're going to have Bambu Lab open. So let me do what Richard suggested here. Let me grab a roll of Matter 3D. I don't want to grab their carbon fiber. I've got an open roll of their stuff right. Man, I got so many boxes here. No, that's Ninja Tech. Hang on. I'm getting there. That's 3D fuel. Where's my Matter 3Ds? Right here. There's a old roll of Matter 3D white. Let's see. Floor cam. Let's have a look. So we know Prushiment fits. Nope, Matter 3D spools are too wide. So they won't work either. And that's these ones. So they're going to have to, if they want to be used in a Bambu AMS, they've got to do something about their spools. What else do I have here? We know Arion will fit. Yeah, those will fit. Now, yeah, so I have a bunch of other brands, but yeah, so those are two that we know don't fit. And then we also, Matter 3D is also starting to do cardboard spools, so we'll need to have those adapters for those. So, but Prushiment, beautiful, which is good to know. Okay, so now what they're saying to do, as I said here, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to open Bambu Studio. We're just going to go under the prepare menu and see what goes on. So let's go ahead and do what it says here. I'm going to focus that a little bit better. Okay, so now we're going to grab the filament. We're going to push this little button right here. You can kind of see it. It's just that gray button. Push it forward. I think it's push it forward. Oh, and it just grabbed it. Okay, now we're loading. We're going up. We're loading. We're going through the buffer. We went through the buffer. We're coming up. Now we're coming out of the buffer. Okay. I assume it means it's loaded. Wow. It went into the buffer and then came back out, and we have a solid light. Now, does it tell me somewhere on my screen? Let's see. So basically, now the instructions, according to, if I go back, after we do that, on the big screen of the fancy printer, it's supposed to basically choose the AMS slot and then preset load to unload. And if you're using an official Bambu filament, automatically be identified, which I'm not. You can tap the slot of the identified filament on the screen to view the specific information, but you cannot manually modify it. If you're using an unofficial filament spool, you need to manually configure the filament information on the screen. After a slot has been configured, the next time you insert another unofficial filament, it will still display the previous information. You can also tap to recognize its and reconfigure its information. Okay, so I don't think that I can do that on this screen. Now, let me just not make a liar of me. So let me go over to here where the filament loading menu is. If I scroll down, did it add anything? No. Okay, it says AMS. Retry. No, nothing. It doesn't do anything there. So I'm going to guess that with the AMS, this is just a guess, the 3D fuel fit. I'll check in a minute. Let's go over here. I'm going to look and see on here in Bambu Studio if there's anywhere device, prepare, if there's anywhere in here, boom, 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 where I can tell it filament. So let's go to the filament control here. Okay, filament selection. No, this is where I just tell it what filaments I want to load. So I want to know where right here, AMS. No AMS filaments. Please select a printer and device page to load AMS info. Please select a printer and device page. Okay, what am I missing? Printer. We confirm. You think you've seen it? In device. Where did I see device? Preview. Oh, device. Oh, right here. Here we are. Okay. Stop. What? Okay. Stop. Load, unload. So we have this. Oh, so we click that. There we go. Filament. Generic PLA. Color. It's what color did I put in? It's purple. It's kind of like purplish. So if I kind of go like purple, okay, that's fine. We'll select that color. Okay, like that. Okay. So we got purple. Nozzle temperature. That's going to be slicer specific, I assume, since I can't touch it. Factor K, factors of dynamic flow calibration. I need to figure that out. Why can't I tell it what temperature I want that filament to print at? Oh, it's just saying max and minimum. Okay, fair enough. Let's confirm. So PLA, purple. And let's load it. See what happens. Let's load it and see what happens. Okay, learning curve. Thanks, Karen. You've done this before. So let's see. Here, let me switch over to this camera so you see what's going to go on here. Let's zoom out a bit. I think it's heating first or something. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on this. We still have a solid light. What's this? Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. We're loading. There goes the filament through the buffer. Whoa, is it going fast? Up here. It's going. It's hitting the hot end. It knows it hit the hot end, obviously. Maybe it's like a resistance factor. Oh, these glasses. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, I didn't know that. I got to show you something about my glasses I just discovered. I thought I broke them, but I didn't. Oh, we're pooping now. Okay, so we're pooping. I'm going to catch the poop when it comes out. So we're loading and pooping. Come on, give me your poop. There we go. There we go. So we caught the poop. So we've loaded. And we're loaded. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Okay, that's cool. So I'm loaded and ready to print. Cool. So, okay, well, you may have watched the odd video just in case the CFO loosens the purse strings. Oh, there you go, Kieran. Well, that's good. I kind of like when I do some of my streams, I kind of like, just for me, because I stream this, I kind of like to take it from, I've never seen anything to do with this before. This has landed on my doorstep. What do I do? So I'm kind of like being, seeing if it's idiot proof. And so far it's okay. No comments on that. Somebody asked, oh, stop it. Okay, well, what is this even saying? Green means that the AMS humidity is normal. Orange represents humidity is high. Red represents humidity is too high. Okay. Hydrometer, lower the better. The bars higher, the better. Okay, so it's got a hydrometer in it. So it's telling me, okay, if I open this, so basically it means it's green. So green, oh, right here, oh, right there. Red represents humidity is too high. So according to this, it's got high humidity. Mind you, I haven't closed the door on it. So if I close the door on it, we're okay. And I'm not worried about humidity for PLA. So that is cool. It shows that we have our purple loaded. So if I want to put another spool in and try a 2-color print just because, what do you think? So far it's Tim proof and no A&E needed for the win. Okay, let's, somebody asked me about um, 3D fuel. Yeah, let's check 3D fuel. Where I had a spool of 3D fuel out here already. PLA. Here we go. There's some 3D fuel PLA, Pro PLA Gold. Let's try it. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it does work because I love this filament. So if we open this, shoo, and yes, 3D fuel fits. Awesome. So let's load this now. When I go to load this now, is it going to pull the purple out in order to load? Let's just see what happens. It just, light just comes on. So let's go ahead and so it shows, so the screen now, it knows I put something in because it's got a question mark. So if I click the question mark, I'll tell this that it's generic PLA again, and that this is gold. Gold. So we're going to be in around, let's slide this color marker up. We're going to be in around, oh, I don't know, around, oh, come on, where's the gold? Right there, that's good enough. So that's gold. And then we can, now the dynamic flow calibration is set to 0 on this one. So we'll confirm. So now we have PLA gold. So let's go ahead and click that one, confirm, and load. Let's see if I can load the gold. Let's see what it does. Okay. So it looks like what it's going to do, it's going to unload, it's going to go through the unload process. Oh, get my finger out of there. It's going to go through the unload process. So we're going to heat up now. Oh, we're already heated up. So we're going to unload the purple. So here, let's go ahead and give you guys a view of this. You can see this. So we're unloading the purple. Look at that. Now, there it's almost home. It's home. Now we're going to load this. Look at that. And we're going to load this. Cool. So we got 2 colors loaded. Now, I suppose I didn't have to like load this. I just had to tell it what it was, and I can do the same for the rest. But the fact that I've got these free spools that came with this system, I think I'm going to order myself, because it's reasonable price. I think I'm going to order some of the bamboo filament, the refills that can go on this, because they have the tags and they automatically detect what kind of filament's in there. So I think I'll order a roll of black, white, red, blue, black, white, I don't know. I'll order 4 colors, but I also want to get their PVA. They're dissolvable, because I've got a couple jobs coming up, multicolor, that could use the dissolvables. It just pooped again. Where'd the poop go? It just shoots the poop like everywhere. So we now have gold. Where'd the gold poop go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we did a change, and it did enough to get the gold coming out clean. Look at that. Yeah, it smells like filament poop. So almost like a bought one. It is. Okay. So now let's go ahead. Now, apparently, I've not read any instructions, nothing on this, but apparently now on here, if I go to prepare, so this is just a job I finished for a friend and a client the other day. I designed these things. It's a scuba diving thing. So I designed these in Fusion 360, printed a bunch. He had to take some to Cozumel tomorrow, so we did a quick job for him. So now apparently I can come in here though with the AMS and I can paint this. So I don't know. Let's make this a full screen. There we go. So filament 1. Okay, so there we go. There's the AMS. So we're going to use purple for filament 1, and we're going to use the gold for filament. No, let's use gold for filament 1, purple for filament 2. Now there's somehow I'm supposed to be able to paint this. So let's have a quick look and see how I go about painting this. Now, flushing volumes, filament plus, minus. Sync filaments with AMS will drop at current selected filament presets and colors. Do you want to continue? I don't know what that means. No, I'm just going to say no. I don't know what I'm doing. That's just adding more different filaments. So if I preview, so I don't do it in here. This is not where I change colors. Somewhere I can go in here and actually assign colors to a model by picking spots on a model. So let's go ahead and see if there's if they actually tell you what to do here. So here's loading it, which is basically what we've done, except we've been doing it on the Bambu Lab screen. Okay, here is the slicer. Tips for unloading filament, fair enough. Direction for pushing to load filament. This is talking about cardboard spools versus plastic, which is fine. Okay, so that's that section there. So we've basically covered all of that. Loading, how to configure the filament, tips for unloading filament, first print. AMS setup and loading filament, prepare for printing. How to prepare the printer. Okay, we don't need to do that. I want to know how to prepare printing from Bambu Studio. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of different poop buckets. I'm definitely going to print something like that. Paint bucket on the top right. Oh, was there a paint bucket on the top right? You guys are more observant than me. So we're in here, paint bucket. Oh, this right here. No, oh, this. Color painting. Oh, you're kidding. Really? So if I can say filament 2. Oh, no way. Come here, gorgeous. So I can actually go in here and paint. If I want this rim, so I can do this. We'll just paint a quick one. I'm not much of a painter in real life either, so we'll do this. We'll just come around here. There's probably an easier way to do this. Triangle, circle. Yeah, so let's erase all painting. Let's go to the triangle. Oh, and you can even go down and paint inside. And oh, that's cool. So if I do oh, see, that's a better way to paint for this. Okay. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to go right up to the edge here. We're going to paint right up to there. Now, of course, if you have a 2-color model that's already made, it might be a little easier, but we don't. So let's go ahead and be patient with it and paint. Okay. See, that's why you guys are on here. I never would have looked at that sexy quick rim job from Tim. You guys, I never would have thought to look for a paint bucket up there, but I would have found the instructions eventually. But you guys saved me a lot of time and looking. Thank you. Okay, look at this. It's like a racing car stripe. Look at that. Perfect. Now, Why I decided to go in and fill this next one is beyond me, but let's just do that anyways. Now this is going to be a real simple one because all it's going to do is have one swap, because we're really just printing this layer. But there we go. And triangle. Oh, I missed one. Hopefully there's an erase button, which I'm sure there is. So far I've been doing pretty. Oh, see, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to turn it around. What's this? Erase all painting? No. Fill, gap fill, maybe right mouse click. Erases? No. How do I erase? Sure, there's paint, erase. Shift plus left mouse button. Okay, shift. Ah, there we go. I knew there had to be an erase button. So up here, oops, and let's fill those in. There we go. This can be actually kind of therapeutic. Oops. Well, therapeutic for me, maybe not for you guys watching it. And there, look at that. So there we go. So we painted that part. Oh, that is so friggin' cool. Painted gold. Well, we are gold. So you're saying now go ahead and paint some gold stuff. So I could actually go like this and like that and put a really cool design on it. Like, oh, this is freaking, oh man. Okay, this is freaking cool. But then I could also, I could also come down here. I wonder how accurate gap fill, height range. I got to read on all this sphere. So I could theoretically, I could come in here and I could put a logo or somebody's name. Holy crap. So if I erase that, so I could actually put, so I could actually go DWIT or something. Anyways, I don't want to get too fancy. But I wouldn't mind just seeing how some little fancy colors would be. So if I do a triangle, so I could actually just put stripes all around it, but that would take forever as far as the filament changes go. So yeah, I just want to try this to see how it works because I know this is a very quick print. Actually, let's do that. Let's do one more. Let's go down. See, I can't do just the bottom rim unless I go height range. Oh, 196. Let's go. What? So basically what it's saying is I can do that. Then I can go ahead and I can just paint that. I want to see if this does what I think it's going to do. So if I turn it now, and then there we go. Oh, and of course I got to do the inside, otherwise it's going to color the inside all gold too. Now I'm hoping it just does this one slice. Zoom in here, get these last two triangles there. There it is. I think I got everything. So now, oh, I missed one right in here. Right there, okay. So now if I zoom that back out, now if we go ahead, look at that. And it just did that one section. Although I guess I didn't have to. So so that's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of swaps. Oops. I wonder how many undos. See how many oh, it has a lot of undos. Oh, look at that. Oh, you have a lot of undo options. Okay, let's just do this. Let's just slice this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, here we go. So it's going to tell us here, prepare time 6 minutes, total time 1 hour. I printed 5 of them in an hour, so it won't take that long. It shouldn't. It took me 1 hour and 20 minutes to print 5 of them. Filament change times 22. So it's going to change filament 22 times. I think because I didn't paint the inside of that. Yeah, because what's going to happen is the inside of that is still going to be gold, which is kind of silly. So if we go back to prepare, and we go back to the paint bucket, and we do this, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just, yeah. Oh, hell, let's just print it. Let's just get it printing and see what goes on. That's why it's going to take an hour to print, because it's got 22 filament changes. But I want to see exactly how those filament changes work is basically what I want to do. So I don't have to finish the mod. I just want to see what it does. So I'm going to actually just paint one little section of this right there. And I'm going to slice that. Okay, so now we have 142 filament changes, 4 hours to print this. It's just such a small model. I don't want to take 4 hours to print this. Yeah. Less gold, cut it down a little. Can it be told to change at a layer? Okay, good point, good question. This is why we're doing this, because these questions are good. So let's go ahead and undo that. And can it be told to change at a layer? Now you would think, because this says height range, fill, smart fill angle, section view. So if I, okay, there you can do the whole fill just like that. And then I can, okay. And then I can come out here and I can fill the whole thing. I see what that's done. Okay. But can you go, so I know, I see what you're asking, snapshot. Can I say, okay, let's erase all painting right now for now. I thought that's what height range meant. So if I go to a height range and I want it to be, I want to fill it up to 4, let's just call this 4 millimeters. And then if I take my paint or my triangle tool, but it's just filling triangles. So unless I paint it now, paints the whole thing. So what does this smart fill, what does the range mean here? So height range, section view, pen size, okay. Gap fill. Oh, there we are. Oh, look at that. Okay. So 4 millimeter stripes. So that's what the height range is. So I can actually go ahead and stripe something. Okay. So if I wanted to, so that's basically what you guys are saying. So let's suppose I wanted it to be 10 millimeters, the bottom part to be 10 millimeters. I go here and I go, boom, 10 millimeters of the bottom, although it's not exactly on the bottom. So let's Command Z that. Why won't that undo? Oh, there we go. So if I zoom in, and then I can get that to the exact bottom layer right there. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so 4 millimeters or whatever I want. If I want to do 8, I can just do that. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, that's cool. Okay, but again, So let's do the height range. Let's go up to 6.9 millimeters. Let's do this. Okay, actually it missed again. So I think you got to zoom right in and just get the very first layer right there, which it didn't again. But it's not going to do the inside. Oh, it does do the inside too. There we go. Now we got the bottom. So that's going to print the bottom of it, that color. Okay, well, let's try that. And then now let's go up and we'll just go ahead and say, okay, we want a purple stripe right there. Okay, so now we can do a section view. There we go. So it's going to do the inside. So there's going to be less filament changes. So if we slice it now, there should only be 2 filament changes or so. 4 filament changes. So that's much better. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's just go ahead and print the plate. Let's send it. Let's just see what it does. Enough of this foolishness. But so in other words, there's a lot of playing around with the slicer. It's fun. It's going to be fun to learn the slicer, play around with it a fair bit. That is pretty smart, isn't it? So basically when it's printing now, so if we look at the slice view, it's going to go, yeah, so it's going to do solid on that one because this is a 100% model. We needed the strength to go solid, solid, boom, boom, boom. So it's even going to do the skirt in purple because that's the first filament it's going to load. Yeah, and now, nice thing about it is the device, my camera now works. If I click go on the camera, but I will tell you one thing, it is a crappy camera. Like it is crappy. You found the mat, $54? 54, whoa. I don't think I paid that much for it, but it's a nice mat. And I think they come in different sizes too. It's a very cool mat. So there's the slicer view. Under my picture is nothing. It's just a gray box. So I'm not really hiding anything. Now this is like if you look at the way these buttons go when I do this, it's this monitor for some reason when I show something on this monitor, it's awful. But watch, if I drag this over to my massive big monitor, and I'm going to switch monitor views for you in a minute here. There we go. Now if I go ahead and I make my main display, give me 1 second. Display 2, so that I want to be this one. There we go. So if I go OK and bring you guys on this screen, let's minimize my OBS. So now you're seeing my screen now that I'm seeing, right? So now watch when I do this. This is the way these should look. And this is the way this should look, et cetera, et cetera. But when I bring it over to that other monitor, something is just way out of whack on it. This has got to be bigger. There we go. So all of this stuff looks so much better on this monitor. I'm sure the painting would even look better, and because I don't know what it is about the other monitor. It's to do with the resolution of the monitors or something, and something is just not working properly on this other display. When I use this other display. So, but an Olfa mat the same size is twice as much. Are you kidding? Well, Olfa mats are crazy, but the Olfa mats are meant for cutting on. I don't know if this, I've cut on this thing actually. Where's my knife? Have I actually cut on this thing? Let's see. Oh yeah, I've cut on this before. It's not, I think it is kind of self-healing. Yeah, but it'll last you forever. Yeah, I've burned this, I've melted it, I've done a few things, and it's still good. And you've got 2 sides. The other side is solid black. So here we go. We just pooped. Not me. The printer just pooped. I'm going to, man. Oh, I can bring this other camera over. I can bring this camera closer for you guys. Hang on. I can bring this camera closer so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. You can see I printed a bunch of those, and the reason we got marks on here is because you can kind of see the outline. I coated it with nanopolymer adhesive because I was it wasn't sticking properly. There's not a lot of surface on these things for bed adhesion, so nanopolymer adhesive, and I whipped 15 of them off in 3.5 hours, no problem. So we're purging now. We are pooping out. Looks like we're pooping out gold and getting into the purple. So the AMS just, there we go. We're bringing purple in, and it just took the gold back out. So you can actually see the poop happening right here. It's actually a see-through bathroom. Look at that. And it's going to slice it off any second. It purges a lot, and I don't know if you can tell it how much to purge when it switches colors. I think you can. Now we're going to cut it, and it's going to drop down the poop chute. And it's like it's greased. It just slides. Look at that. Poof. It's down on the floor somewhere. Now we're going to go through our pre-printing routine, and let's just see how this works. And then I'm going to, what I'll do is we'll just watch this do 1 or 2 color changes. I don't necessarily need to print the whole model, but because I want to get the, now that I've downloaded the parts that I need to print, I want to print the parts for the, to put it on top of this. So I'm just going to have a look at those and see how big they are. And I'm going to slice them up and see, AMS holder. Let's move you to my desktop. Okay. Oh, what I should show you guys too is why you can tune the purging as well as whether it purges in infill and purge tower. Okay, perfect. What I should show you too is, well, I'll wait till it starts printing and I'll show you the really high-tech camera that's on this thing. And I cannot believe that you can't plug a better camera into this thing. And I don't know whether it's because the board doesn't support a better camera. But yeah, I mean, the picture quality is good, but why is it like 3 frames a second or 1 frame, actually half a frame a second or something? I wouldn't even call it, I would call it maybe 1 frame every 4 seconds. Like, why couldn't they, like, you know what? Charge an extra $50 for this thing or for the kit and put a better camera? Or is it just because the main board or the whatever subboard or whatever it is won't handle a better camera? I don't know. But either way, anyways. I digress. I'm going to go back to the prepare screen. I'm going to delete this model. Oh, I didn't even show you. This shows the purge tower it's going to do. Look at that. Oops, wrong display. I didn't change my display back. Welcome to the world of live streaming. Let's go back here. Let's change my display. Back to that one. There we go. That's what I wanted to show you. There's the tower that it's going to print or build just for this model. Now, does it show me? Oh yeah, it does. So it's not solid, of course. So, oh yeah, it's not a ton. So if you look at it, it's mostly a hollow tower. Yeah. And I don't have infill on this model, otherwise I could purge to infill. But yeah, that's not a ton of filament that it's gonna waste there. Just probably, I don't know, 20 grams. I don't know. Does it even tell you how many grams the tower is gonna take? Model flushed. Okay, there we go. It's gonna take 1.07 grams of waste is what it's gonna use, or 0.36 meters of waste, which isn't bad. I like the fact that they tell you what's being flushed. Or is that's just what's being flushed? Does that include the purge tower, this tower? Maybe. I don't know. Interesting. Interesting, though. Okay, so while this is doing its thing, I'm going to bring those other models into here. And I am going to bring... Here we go. It's printing. It's print. Oh, I should get you guys a little higher on this. So let me put a filament stand on here so you can see a little better. Whoops. We don't whoops at vit. There we go. Okay, so it's starting its... That's the purge tower it's starting. So right away we do a purge tower. Okay, I'm going to bring that model of the AMS holder. Ooh, that's not bad. I can print that in... let's see. We'll print that in purple. I'll print it in one of the colors that's in there. Nah, I'll do it in black. I'll switch filament and do it in black or something. But here, how can I change the color of this? Oh, so every layer, it's got to go over and do it's got to keep that purge tower up with the model, which significantly increases the time. So here's what, there's the, wrong screen. There's the AMS stand for this that I got to print. So we'll print that after this is all done. Does that need supports? That's going to need some supports in there. Or can I stand that up a different way? Let's see. No. I'm going to need to put some supports under there. I think I'll have to order some of that dissolvable support material and then print this. That's not a lot of supports, but still. There's no other way really to print that without doing supports. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how this is going to do. So now I'll show you the camera. Device. Boom. Now get ready for this. Hey, look. There's the camera in real time. That's the camera that you get with it with the bonus kit. Okay, it'll show you if you're failing, I suppose, but it's useless for you. I don't even think it does time lapse with this camera. But that's it. It's like a frame every 3 seconds. Yeah, so yeah, kind of useless. The purpose of the purge tower for the waste, yeah, it has to start with the tower because it's got to keep the tower to the same height as the model. I don't think it's a bandwidth issue. I've got decent bandwidth here. I think it's just a crappy camera. I have not yet, Richard, no. Your parts on my Voron yet? No, I know, I haven't done that yet, and I got to do that because the Voron's sitting here idle. I'll get them going this weekend. Yeah, it's just a crappy camera. I mean, and now again, I don't know if it is because that the board that's on this printer will not handle the better camera, but if you go to buy the camera, I think, let me just double check. If you go to buy the camera on, let's just see here. Let's go to Bambu Lab. See, because I know they sell the camera, but I think they have one that's just for the X1. Let's go to the store, Canadian store. Accessories. And let's have a look at the accessories. Because the accessories are specific to the printer, right? So, yeah, so there they have chamber camera. Let's see if this is the one that's specific to the, yeah, so there's an X1 series camera exclusive. So that's obviously the better camera. Why it can't work on this one, I can only assume that the board, the motherboard, the main board on this won't take it. I don't know. Oh, here we go. We're doing a filament change now. So we've hit the height for the purple. So let's just see how long it takes to do a filament change in flush. Does the slicer software have to stay on for the print? I don't think so, because I've already changed the, oh, here, I should have showed you guys this. We're changing now. We unloaded the purple, we're loading the gold. Fortunately, these two filaments can print at the same temperature. They're printing at 220 with a 65-degree bed or a 60-degree bed. And now we're going to purge this filament, and we're going to continue on. I don't believe, yeah, because I've already changed the model and with that to that new model. So I'm pretty sure I can close the slicer, because no, it actually uploads the file to the printer. Because when you hit print, you'll say uploading, and then it'll say unzipping. So it uploads a compressed file to the printer, and then it unzips it in the printer. So the printer's obviously got memory on board to hold all the information. No, the Wi-Fi bandwidth is fine in here. But anyways, this camera here is exclusive to the X1, which is why it's $60. Now, oh, sir, let's just get back to this. So we've got the new filament in, and now it's, we got gold going on the purge block. There we go. It's putting a bridging layer on there, and then we're going to continue in the gold. It's quick though. I mean, you know what? It's the price you pay for doing a multicolor print. Now, just imagine if I had stripes in here. It's gonna do how many filament changes for printing stripes? Like vertical stripes. Can you just imagine how long it would take for a little print like this? If I wanted like a candy striped, vertical candy stripes on this thing, it's like print it, go to bed, and it might be done in the morning by the time you wake up. But you want multiple color prints, it's the time. This already is way more, I like this better than the Palette 2 Pro that I have sitting in a box down under the table, which I'm going to sell. Now that I've got this, I have no need or desire to open that Palette 2 Pro ever again. Diagonal stripes, can you imagine that? Hey, Andrew Smith. I should try. I should get into that, Andrew Smith. I should keep all my waste and do that. But I was looking to see if they have a. So that's a $70, $61 Canadian camera, P1P exclusive. And there's what I mean. Look at this. They're a blank filament spool, reusable spools, $15 a piece. So basically, they gave me $60 worth of blank spools with the AMS. I'm sure it's in the price, of course, but that's really cool. I thought I'd have to buy those separately. So I don't see, I'm not seeing the cheaper camera. It's just a shame that you cannot buy. You can buy another display for $36, one of these small displays. It's a shame you can't use the better camera on this printer. And they sell the Descendant packs for $5 a piece, the big ones. I have some rechargeable Descendant packs that I got with the that I got when I picked up the rep box. The palette, yes, the palette uses a purge tower. The palette builds a purge tower. It has to. The palette doesn't poop. So the palette uses a purge tower to basically ensure that you've purged your nozzle enough for the color change, whereas the Bambu, it does the poop shoot thing. It's using the purge tower. I don't know why it's using a purge tower if it also does the poop for the filament change. I don't know. Does it need to do a purge tower like it's doing for a model like I'm printing? Logically, it does not need to have a purge tower. Now, was there an option? Was there an option to not have? Yes, you can, Karen. I've seen that. But on this one, see, if you right now, that purge tower it's doing in the back there is not necessary if you think about it. It switches filaments and it poops out until it gets to the proper color. And it could have just come on the model and continued printing in yellow or gold. Why it's doing a purge tower, I don't know. Okay, Golden Jaguar, thank you so much. You have a great night, and we'll see you on your next stream. Thanks for being here. I appreciate that. But why this purge tower? Anyways, I'm looking on the slicer. I'm going to see now. Oh, I've taken the model off. What can I undo? Let's just see. Undo right back to the model that I took off? No, I can't. No. But let's just, no. I will experiment with that later. Whether or not you can get away with saying, okay, for this particular type of model, I don't need a purge tower, so don't do it. It does. Sansa, that's the way it works. But it still needs, it splices it's got a splicer in it, and it does hot splice your filaments together, but it still needs to purge, it still needs to print, or it still needs to purge so much to ensure that you've got a good color change. So that, in other words, prior to and after that splice is where it's printing on the purge tower, and then it has to, of course, keep the purge tower the same height as the model. So now again, I think there's an option where you can say, don't do a purge tower. I'm gonna while this is printing right here, I'm going to open up, where's that model? I can always bring this one back in. Where is my model? I need to organize my desktop so much better here. Oh, I think I put it in my download folder. That's why. There it is. So I'll bring that model back in. Since I'm not worried about the quality of this, let's go ahead on this and let's speed this up to, let's go ahead and put this up to sport speed. Let's speed this up a bit. I won't go ludicrous, but we'll go to the sport speed or whatever, just to get this going. Okay, good night, Richard. We'll see you on Saturday. Have a good night. So we'll speed this up to sport mode. And in the meantime, I'm going to open Bambu Lab. I've got this new one I've in here. Okay, now I'm going to do the same painting procedure we did. Height range, there we go. So let's zoom in on it. Let's turn it. Let's go height range. There. Oh, I didn't pick my color. Oh, how come? Well, maybe because it's printing. Okay, so we've done that. If I preview that, oh, I think I just crashed it. Yeah, I just crashed Bambu Studio. So there, that answers the other question. I just crashed Bambu Studio. It closed and it didn't stop the print. Let's open it up again. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's paint it. We'll do that one. We'll do this one. And we'll go boom and boom. Okay, and then we will slice and preview. There we are. Okay, so so what I've done is I've just made up a quick one here. Sliced it. There's the purge tower. Now, is there any way to tell it not to do this? Because it doesn't need a purge tower, in my opinion. I'm going to have to look into that and see if there's a way to get rid of this purge tower. No. Anyhow. When you do multicolor prints, you also max out the amount of the same object that you print, so there is more product. Yeah, exactly. For the amount of purge. Under others, prime tower. Okay, let me have a look. So under others, right here. Others. Print volume, special. Flush into objects infill, flush into object support. Prime volume enabled. Ah, so we take that off. There we go. Okay, well, that's good to know. Because yes, honestly, a model like this does not need a prime tower. There we go. Good to know. Okay. Because the pooping in a case like this, it poops out enough to not need a prime tower to change colors. So good to know. I'm going to definitely be playing with that slicer a whole lot more. Yeah, if I was like, I would definitely run, this is just my quick test, but I would definitely run, say, 10 of these on a plate multicolor to reduce the waste, because you're only going to do one prime tower for 10 pieces. For sure. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Black to that, and that makes sense, absolutely. But for this to be doing, for just that color change we did there, no. Slice that model again to see how long to print. Oh, with the prime tower. Oh yeah, the one where I added the two stripes. Yeah, so we're speaking 46 minutes versus the one that's running now, which was over an hour. So right now, this has 20 minutes left on it. But yeah, so we knocked down 15, 20 minutes just by not doing the prime tower on this little model here. So, but I see what you're saying there, Andrew. So if I'm, for instance, if I do enable the prime tower right here, and then if I take this model and I want to clone it, so let's just say clone, and I want to do 9 more copies, okay, and then we arrange it. Why are you arranging it way over there? I don't know, but yeah, so there's one prime tower for 9, so it saves a lot of filament rather than doing it individually for sure. Why are you arranging everything way over to the side of the plate like that? Bambu, they have a weird way of arranging things, you know. Like my OCD would say, I want that arranged like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, you know. Yeah. They do arrange weird, don't they? Even if you're doing single color stuff, they just, the arrangement on that tower makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, distance to the tower. Okay, so less movement. Ah, that would make sense. That would make sense. So just for fun, let's see, when they're all close to the tower. So let's just have a look. Put them all close the way it wanted to arrange it. Now we slice. Why do I think I just crashed it again? Oh no, we're slicing. So 2 hours, 36 minutes. When one of them was going to take 54 minutes. You think about that. Yet I can do 10 of them in 2 hours and 36 minutes. It's like scratch the head. So that's 2 hours, 36 minutes. If I go back and I say, let's put them on the opposite side of the tower, just for fun. What did I say, 2 hours, 36 minutes? So now we have more travel movement here. Now let's slice it. So from 2 hours, 36, 2 minutes. It added 2 minutes to the print time. Oh, I can move the tower as well. Oh, look at that. Okay, I want to move the tower off the bed. What if you try and put the tower like that? Will it slice or will it give you an error? Warning, prime tower is too close to others. Collisions may be caused. But it'll still let you do it if you really want to do it. Says you want to be that dumb and do that? You go ahead and do that. Anyways, that's funny. Okay. We're going to be close to our next color change here. You've been running 3 P1Ps and they've been amazing. Yes. I love this P1P. I've got nothing but good to say about it. Unfortunately, Liam, Master Printer, is having issues with his. And I just think it's like any mass manufactured thing. You're going to have some good. You're going to have some bad. Hopefully not too many bad. I've been printing, everything I've printed on this thing has been superb. Everything. So very happy with it. I don't have any test prints I've done on it. Well, these, I mean, I did. These guys were printed on this. It's really hard to see these because it's such a bright, brilliant red. But this, it just prints everything perfectly. The tolerances are excellent. Everything's excellent. So we're going to do a color change here any second. We'll do the one more color change. Maybe will just let this thing finish. Andrew Smith, $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Andrew Smith. Coffee morning beverage fund. I get a beverage every morning on the way to work. Oh, hang on one sec, guys. Okay, guys, unfortunately, I have a little emergency. I have to go. I will pop on again tomorrow or Saturday, and we'll continue this, and I'll show you the finished print, but we have a little emergency with our child, and I do have to run, so I do apologize. Oh, wrong here. Let me do this. I do apologize, but I do got to run, so I will talk to all you guys later. Thank you, everybody who hung out with me, and we'll show you the finished print. We'll do some more testing with the AMS and everything on another stream, so we do have to run. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Bye for now.